certain deep down in my heart, my eyes shall see one day the promise He has made, and I will rejoice forever, forevermore. Singing this song is a great privilege for me because it's also a memory of my late husband, Rampert Ratnaiya, who composed this song about 30 years ago. And the song talks about the hope that we have in Jesus. Jesus is not talking about a wishful thinking based on a utopian ideal. When he talks about things, it talks about it in a manner that is in tandem with his nature, because he is true and he is faithful. And I'm so grateful to God that this song became very meaningful to me, because we were supposed to do this family album of his compositions together. He plays and I sing. So last year, he suddenly passed away from COVID. Both of us were admitted in the hospital with COVID, and the infection was very serious for both of us. It pleased the Lord to give me life, and it pleased the Lord to take him home. I'm so grateful that he finished well. He kept his faith, ran his race well. So I thought, when I came out of the hospital and when God began to give me health and strength back, I'm still recovering. But at that time when this health started coming back, I decided, why not I start doing this? Because God began to put a thought in my heart that I must finish what we both had intended to do. So that's how I decided to do this song. I have a hope so certain deep down in my heart. My eyes shall see one day the promise He has made, and I will rejoice in Him forever, forevermore. Composed by Rampert 30 years ago. But the song became so apt when we released it in the month of March or February end, if I'm sure. And when I thought the song would be very apt, because that was the time the Ukraine war had started, and the pandemic season was continuing, and it affected so many lives, including our lives. But if I stand here today, it is because of that hope that Jesus gives. Our God is a God of hope, and His word is a book of hope. To carry on further, my life would have been very different, because my mother was planning to commit suicide after my dad passed away. We come from a home, my mom was a very devout religious person, and she had taught us from all our epics and the stories that we learned from Ramayana and Mahabharata. But when I sat as an 8-year-old in a school, listening to a principal tell the story of Jesus, somehow in my heart I knew he was very different. And all I could think was, just as an 8-year-old, after my principal said the story and moved on, I was sitting in the class thinking over and over again that one question: all that Jesus did was good. Why would He have to die such a gruesome death on the cross of Calvary? It kind of didn't make any sense, but it left me deeply moved. Few years later, as I was mentioning to you, my mom became a widow in 1975. When she heard the news that my dad passed away on August 3rd, left with 4 children. I was the oldest, so you can imagine my siblings were all much younger. She felt life was not worth living. She didn't want to become a burden for anybody. Even, she would look at this times, the good times, the bad times, the good days and bad days. And even if a cat would cross, a black cat especially would cross, she would say it's a bad omen, so I'm not going to do anything today. Living in such superstition and fear. When she heard the story of Jesus Christ, as to how He came down and how He gave His life for her, and how He rose again from the dead, and He had the power to forgive her sins and give her the peace and joy that she was looking for, that was the turning point in my mom's life, when she gave her heart and her life to the Lord Jesus Christ. And the first thing that Jesus did was He removed all her fear and gave her the strength to face the future. I'm so grateful today that when I sit before you, I owe my life to the Lord Jesus Christ, whom I love and whom I serve, and I've been serving Him for the past 38 years in His service. right from 1984. I'm so grateful that I belong to Him and I serve Him. God has blessed me with 3 beautiful children. And because of this hope I have in Jesus, I know one day I will see the Lord Jesus face to face. And I will also see my beloved husband, my mom, who's already gone before me, all of them face to face. I'm so grateful for who God is to me. I have a hope.